Vance and Second Lady Usha Vance are expecting their fourth child this summer, and some critics are taking the time to comment on the Second Lady's fashion choices. New York Times writer Vanessa Friedman decided to spotlight recent pregnancies in the Trump administration, writing this: if the bare-chested, muscle-mixed martial arts fighters of the UFC match that President Trump hosted on Flag Day, were the poster guys for MAGA's image of masculinity, then the pregnant women of Trump world are one half of their feminine counterparts. Ever since Usha Vance, Caroline Leavitt, and Katie Miller revealed their pregnancies, their public appearances have showcased their growing stomachs. Forget the maternity moo-moo, forget bodycon, this is babycon. The Second Lady didn't sit quiet, mocking the article with a tongue-in-cheek response that reads in part, "Now that we know the political significance of my coral $8.75 maternity dress from Old Navy, can't wait to hear what the New York Times has to say about my elastic waistband pants and compression socks." Wow, what a response. And the Second Lady came with receipts, posting a photo of her $8.75 purchase with a promo code, discounts and all. Emily, the most impressive part of this story is that promo code got her a $3.74 dress that looked beautiful.
Amazing. I love it. This reminds me of Princess Diana, actually, when she was pregnant with now Prince William. And back then, especially in the UK, it was sort of taboo to be pregnant in public, let alone a royal. And she wore that gorgeous dress and showcased being pregnant, to the perhaps horror of some stiff upper lippers, but to the appreciation of the masses. And I see that here in a different form. There is no way in hell that if a Democrat was in the Oval Office, there would be any of this snark commentary about beautiful women who are pregnant. Instead, there would probably be a celebration of the fact that so many working women in this Trump administration are pregnant at the same time and are holding down the fort and doing a million things at the same time, like every American woman out there. But this administration just does a really great job of employing and celebrating them. And I also note that Katie Miller suggested there that she's noticed that nowadays it's really difficult. I don't know about this, and you would know more, but that she has seen a decrease in wardrobe availability for pregnant women, and
Really?
that so many labels, essentially it's like maybe not cost effective or whatever, in part perhaps because of the declining birth rate. So you can't find maternity gear anymore. And I know a lot of friends that have that problem. They wear their husband's clothes, or they wear, baggy shirts or whatever. And so beautiful Usha Vance is showcasing her beautiful pregnant body to the tune of $8.75. I applaud that. And I really wish the New York Times and all of these snarky fashion writers would stop vilifying Republican women and instead celebrating them.
Katie Miller's exactly right. I mean, I would search at department stores and there'd be like 3 items. And you're like, okay, thanks for the variety, guys. So she's correct on that. Harris, the title of this piece, "The Politics and the Power of the Pregnancy Image." To Emily's exact point, if it were the Biden era, it'd be the true feminist women of the Biden administration.
Yeah, it's really interesting because we live at a collision point about pregnancy, right? I mean, we've got to pretend like men can get pregnant. I mean, there are a whole lot of things that are happening around pregnant women, and particularly those on the right. You lived this, though, right? In the White House, carried Blake. And I want to know your perspective.
Yeah, so I was on the Trump campaign and then brought Blake into the White House as basically a newborn. And it was crazy because I remember crying when I got the job. I was excited, but I was like, how am I going to raise a 3-month-old and go to the White House during COVID? All of the challenges, all of the fears any working mom has as they go to work with a little one. But I found myself totally embraced. And it was actually President Trump who said to me one Saturday night, like, hey, go home, go be with your baby. Like, there's nothing more important than that. So it's the soft side of the president you don't see. And maybe that's what made these women feel comfortable enough to have a child while working for him.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Griff.
Well, let me just preface this by saying that pregnant women's fashion isn't an arena I often veer into. But after reading that New York Times piece, it's like I kept waiting for the reference to The Handmaid's Tale. It was just a vicious piece. And ultimately, the reaction has been the best part, which is the fact that so many Americans are supporting her and cheering her on when she was posting the receipts because it's relatable to women. Look, my wife had 2 gorgeous daughters. I remember for, those years when she was pregnant, you women work hard when you're pregnant to find things and you want to look good. So why can't it just be applauded across all political lines? I'll also add this. Give credit to this administration. This past weekend on Fox and Friends, we had a massive wall with all of the cabinet families that had children, there are, including Vance's expected, 72 children across this administration. That is a very pro-family, pro-get pregnant sort of world, and I think that should be celebrated.
They used the Handmaid's Tale reference during year one of the Trump administration, the media did, so maybe they didn't want to be repetitive with what they said.
I don't know what the New York Times is doing. This is silly. And I have said on this couch, I think Usha Vance is an incredible political asset for her husband. I mean, you know, he clearly, I think, is probably running for president in the next election. And the podcast and her interviews, I mean, I know she sat down, Kaylee, with you and others. And the response to this was very smart and savvy. And I obviously don't agree with J.D. Vance's politics or policies, but I do think his wife is an incredible asset, and that matters in politics. When you're running for office, it's not just you, it's the whole package, and I think that Usha Vance continues to show her real political savvy, which is relatable.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think she's a huge asset for him, especially if he goes into 2028 and runs. He's got Usha at his side.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.